Okay, so I was going to do my like Mualani initial impressions, but I feel like I'm gonna do a why I'm gonna skip Mualani. And I did not think I would have to do this video, but she's really good. Even just from using her in the trial, being able to hit 100,000 in the trial baseline with just the vaporize from those pyro slimes. She's very good. She is. And I could see her, maybe being like top 1. But the issue arises when Kinich is the next character. When Risley may get his rerun soon. And as you may not know from me, I kind of want to C6 my Risley. But at the same time, that's 3 characters. And well, Mualani is 1 character. Kinich is 1 character. And then we also have Xylonin. I hope I'm saying her name right. But we also have her coming up next update. And then we have the Pyro Archon coming up the next update. That is technically, if I were to summon on all these characters and just get the characters, no C1s, no nothing, right? No shenanigans. That's 2 characters this update, 4 in the next update, and then the Pyro Archon in the next update. Which means I would need 7 5-stars within 3 updates. And the math ain't mathin' on that, gonna be honest. Even if I were to pull all said 5-stars on the 90th summon, and I think Mualani is going to be, and Mualani and Kinich are probably going to have to be the sacrifices of this, because, she seems pretty good, and Xylonin is coming out next. I am curious whether I should even, go ahead and try and C6 my Risley. I'm going to be 100% real with you guys right now. As a YouTuber who makes, less than $100 a month on Genshin, it's not very good for me to have to summon 630 times at the bare minimum. That's a lot of summons. Sure, there's a lot of exploration I can do, but that's a lot of summons, and I don't think I can get Mualani. Now, I do have some summons in the bank here. I did do this as a initial Mualani reaction, and I was like, I like her, and I don't think Kinich is going to be that good. Now, that's the reason why I'm not summoning her for Kinich, right? So we can already mark this off. Yeah, I'm at on page 14 technically. I just did another wish. Yeah, we're at 14 basically. Emily would be right here. So I'm 65 into pity, and whether I win the 50-50, because obviously Emily is a limited 5-star, so that's a 50-50. I guess it's a 55-45 now, but still. So yeah, I just like overall Mualani, great character, but man, her being at the start of Natlin is actually kind of ruining her. Like if she came after Xylonin, then I'd be able to make a, oh yeah, sure, Xylonin's gonna be, or Xylonin, whatever, I summoned for her. And then I could go all in for this girl. But then again, she'd be in the middle with the Pyro Archon. The big thing is the Pyro Archon. Alright, so in the theorized teams for Kinich, we already know that he basically wants a Pyro Applicator to go along with him and Emily, right? That's basically all we really know. Then you can add Fiorina right there. And if we were able to get some Pyro character who supports and gives a decent amount of attack, then we're looking really good for Kinich, right? That's what the speculators want to, do. Because we're all, assuming that he scales off of attack and stuff, We're just assuming that kind of stuff. It's a gamble. And then another thing is, Mualani also wants a Pyro Applicator. Because right now, her best ones are Toma, Shangling, and Dea. And those 3 aren't really inspiring right now. One, Shangling's a good character, but she needs massive amounts of energy recharge to actually be run anyone competent, right? She's just not competent if she doesn't have 300% energy recharge, right? So Mualani wants the Pyro Archon, right? Obviously, I'm assuming because of the Pyro Archon, she could literally just apply Pyro off field, and that would be enough to put her probably at 1, because at least she would then be probably doing something else. Let's be real, but there would be something interacting there, right? So the Pyro Archon is what you want. So this is really bad, right? This is just really bad overall for me. I don't know. I'm close to just wanting to go ahead and try for Mualani, but at the same time, I just think I gotta save, man. I gotta save. whether it's for Kanich, because Kanich, you know, he's literally next right after this in 20 days, 19 hours, 42 minutes. That's Kanich's time, or 43 minutes, I guess. But that's Kanich's time, right? It's time for him. But the thing is with him, he seems really single target. Like, I was concerned about Mualani being single target. Those concerns washed away, obviously. If you knew how I was talking about her before, now that I've actually gotten to use her and see what I wanted to see, because I wasn't able to find much, you know, sort of guiding me with anything with like damage numbers and, you know, whatever, you know, it didn't really work out, and I wasn't able to see a lot of AoE situations that I wanted to see. So now that I've actually been able to use her and see that her AoE is not nearly as bad as I would have expected, I actually think that there's basically, unless you were a massive Kanich fan, which I'm not, honestly. I just saw the guy and thought he looked cool, and I'm kind of like now, you know, because Kanich, unless he's got something weird that I don't know about, that, you know, he's gonna, you know, tether to multiple enemies or something, he's basically just a nerfed version of Mualani. I'm gonna be real, guys. He's basically a Dinjo nerfed version of Mualani. But then the Pyro Archon could change that for him and give him like massive attack or something, right? It's just like, what are we gonna see with the Pyro Archon? It could change how these characters look, right? And I am very curious, because these characters feel like they already need the Pyro Archon. And what will that Pyro Archon do for these characters? I say need. Mualani doesn't need them. I mean, Kanich, I don't know yet, very easily. But Mualani does have very good teams right now without, you know, obviously the Pyro Archon. But I want to see what the Pyro Archon is doing, because I am like 99% certain that she's going to absolutely make these two characters completely different. I feel like. I just feel like I could see that happening. Like, we get the Pyro Archon, and then like Mualani is like #1 in the game, hands down, because she's doing 700k with her vapes, right? And currently she can't do that, as far as I'm concerned. I have not seen her hit 700k without like food buffs or something, right? The highest I've seen from her is 400k, you know? And I mean, I think that's with her weapon or her C1. I don't know which one, but that's the highest I've seen from her in those kind of hits. And I think it was just against one boss, which 99% of you people did. I really wanted to see her in AoE before I, you know, went on, and yeah, I saw it, and absolutely AoE concerns washed away. She's a very good character, but as of right now, there's technically 7 characters waiting for me, and I don't really like summoning for characters, when I'm just getting their C0 counterpart, because a lot of the times nowadays, the amount of power locked behind their weapon or their C1 is absolutely tremendous, and I feel like overall you're playing with a completely new character almost, it feels like. And I feel like that really can be said for Mualani too, because her weapon also does that kind of stuff. And I think her C1 also does that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do think that I'm going to skip probably 5.0 entirely. But as of right now, I'm definitely skipping Mualani. I could change my mind though. I could. I would have to have like a decent amount of wishes, honestly. I would have to have like 50 wishes when her banner is ending or something. You know, and that's not implausible, right? We do have the tree and stuff, or whatever, sacrifice, you know, sigil things, whatever, probably in, you know, this place, the fountain in Fontaine, right? We all had that. We do have that kind of stuff probably in Natlan, so I'm assuming that's going to happen. So if I have 50 wishes when her banner ends, I might just go ahead and do the extra 5, at least hit pity and see what it's like. If I lose 50-50, then I'm just not summoning for her. I'm real, guys. I'm just going to give up on her and wait for Xylonin. I think Xylonin is going to be, I don't know what to think about her, but she could be a DPS. And if she's a DPS, then, well, that's another Geo DPS. She's probably going to be hopefully built somewhat different or something. We'll see. This is just why I'm skipping Mualani. I just figured I'd make a, you know, video on it in case people are, you know, on the fence. You know, honestly, I'm not skipping her because she's bad or because she has a, you know, feat flaw. I'm just very concerned about what the next couple updates are going to look like. So yeah, because 5.1 is bringing Xylonin, which is another 5-star, and then we're going to have the Pyro Archon in 5.2-ish, you know, like that's where I'm looking. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.